Hey everybody, ZoomZike here. On the episode last of Generations. Wait a minute, I already did this intro? Shut up! What do you know? It's not like you can remember this from episode 2. Oh crap, I just gave it away. In the last episode, we went through we did lots of Steam achievements, and we got a bunch of trophies, and we did, let me see, I did bad voice acting. Depending on your opinion, we got some trophies, and then we did the chemical plant one where you have to do I think you have to like, I'm trying to write, crap, I can't remember, you have to like, go through all of Chemical Plant Zone Act 2, I believe, without touching the water. So, anyways, right now we're in the course, which is the complete enemy and opposite of water, Crisis City. Aren't you getting that deja vu? Well, actually, you should have been getting deja vu ever since we started this mission, because it's Sonic Generations and has to do with past and time paradoxes. Well, maybe not that last one, but in my opinion, this whole game is going to revolve around paradoxes, because modern Sonic teaches Classic Sonic a bunch of moves, and then Classic Sonic learns them from himself in the future, and it's all crazy and stuff. So how have you guys been? I just saw Iron Man 3. I thought it was pretty. Watch me give spoilers right here if anyone else is gonna watch it. I just watched Iron Man 3. I thought it was pretty good. Maybe not as good as the other two, because I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the beginning was a little stale. Didn't feel right. So, but I think overall it was pretty good, and I'm gonna see the new Star Trek movie today. I know, like today. So like when this is uploaded, I'm seeing it because I'm probably going to start the upload when I go to see it, or this will be uploaded before I see it. I'm not sure. Either one. I might give a little insight on that once we get to the next episode where we do the rooftop run missions, the missions of rooftop run, because I had lots of, I know I'm going to have, and I've recorded a tiny bit of it. I think I'm going to have a little bit of trouble with the rooftop run missions, because I tried pre-recording first couple of them and I'm starting to fail, and I'm like, oh god, this isn't gonna be fun at all. Anyways, I just got engulfed by a tornado. So take that, Dorothy. Get engulfed by, actually no, I should have been more specific there. I got engulfed by a fiery flaming lava tornado, or just fiery tornado that can burn me to cinders, and Dorothy, she got sucked up my just a regular tornado. And right there, the tornado is about to come, and I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna go right there. I'm just gonna go right down the middle and not allow the tornado to just unleash its wrath upon me. And therefore, have you guys noticed that these doppelganger missions are starting to come like near the very beginning? Like at first they would come near the end. In Green Hill Zone, I think the doppelganger mission was like near the ending. But now it's like starting to get like near the very beginning, like right here, it's like the first mission, for God's sake, like wow. Anyways, we can play the trolling signpost level again, and we did under 3 minutes. Yes, I said we, because you guys are controlling my character as well, if you feel like it. It doesn't matter. Speaking of controlling character, that leads me to something I thought about, and I'll explain another thing in a second. Okay, this thing, the PlayStation 4, when it gets released, they're basically gonna make it so you're able to share content up to YouTube. And the cool thing about it is you're able to do streams on the PlayStation 4 where other people can watch, but on specific games, other people are able to control your character. So if you're stuck on a part, let's say I was playing this Sonic game, and there's a part, like let's say it's on PlayStation 4 and you're able to control my character. And let's say I'm stuck in a part because I suck at the game, and I need one of the guys in the stream to help me. I can give permission to that guy to take control of my character with his one wirelessly and without any lag, as if he's playing it, and control my character and get through it. And I think that's a really awesome feature, because if you're stuck and you don't want the stream to go bad, you can get like one of your friends or get someone from the stream to help you out and get to where you need to go to. So like if you're stuck in the middle of a course, or if you're playing a shooting game online, I wonder if that would work online. I don't think it would. I think it would only work in like the single player. I think it would only work in single player sort of games. I think that's the only type of games that it would work in, because if it was multiplayer, like Wi-Fi, that would just be a little overpowered, because like they could like point out left and right. It's like, oh, there's a guy on your left. It's like, turn around, snipe, turn around, and snipe. Or maybe they could comment on it, but just not be able to play on it. But the main thing I wanted to talk about this video, excuse me, the main thing I wanted to talk about this video was that if you haven't found out lately, Nintendo has started putting copyright claims on people's videos. And what I mean by this is they're not putting copyright strikes, in which on YouTube, if you don't know already, if you get 3 strikes, you're done for, your account's shut down. So Nintendo, they're not doing that. They're not taking the videos down, they're not giving you strikes. What they're doing is something that's a little more subtle, but it hurts just as much as if you were, well, it hurts 90% as shutting someone's channel down. Okay, think about it. Now, here's how everything's gonna go down from now on for Nintendo. From now on, well, they could change their minds later, but anyways, let's say you have a Nintendo video, and let's say you're LPing, I don't know, Super Mario Galaxy, I don't know, and you just, let me correct my knuckles right here, up, I think that was 3, I saw an Audacity, and there's a huge spike. Anyways, I'm getting off track, Jesus. Okay, so if you have a Super Mario Galaxy video, Nintendo has this automated copyright thing where they're able to check, like, mass copyright claim people. So if they could they're putting all their games inside this checker, where if it finds the visuals for the game, it's gonna automatically copyright claim it, and you can't do anything about it. Because if you go against Nintendo, they'll counter copyright claim it, and you take it to court. And going to court is not fun unless you really want to take it that far. And I'm surprised no one has. Surprisingly, I think Zach Scott plays. I'm not sure. I don't know what his name is. He was the first one that had this problem. And what Nintendo's basically doing is they're putting ads on the video. They're putting ads on the video, and they're making money off of it. Now you may think, okay, well, this isn't a big problem to small peers who are doing Nintendo games. It doesn't matter if Nintendo makes money off of it, because they don't really want to make money that much, so it doesn't really matter. But think about it, like, okay, let's just bring this to a higher level. Chugga Conroy. Now, he makes money off of doing Let's Plays. Nintendo games, most specifically. Remember that Chugga Conroy does mainly Nintendo games. That's the key word, mainly. I think almost all of his Let's Plays are Nintendo, now that I think about it. And okay, let's just say all of them are Nintendo LPs. So if all of his videos were basically copyright claimed by Nintendo, and Nintendo put ads on there, the first thought that comes to mind is, okay, if Nintendo puts ads on there, Chugga's still getting paid, right? No, he's not. Because when you're partnered, you get ads on there from whatever partner's sponsors is getting you. So like, let's say that, so like if you have sponsors from ads from your YouTube partner, then YouTube gets some of the money, I think, and then the YouTube partner gets some of the money, and then you get some of the money as well. The person, the Let's Player that is putting up the content gets some of the revenue off of that. But what Nintendo's doing is they're making it so all the sponsorships that the Let's Player would get and all the revenue that Let's Player would get would go directly to Nintendo. No split. It's all going to Nintendo. So basically, nearly all of Chugga Conroy's videos, and this goes for all Nintendo mainly creators, all of their Let's Play videos that are regarding Nintendo games are gonna have to, all the revenue that's gonna be made off of it, normally all the revenue would go to them, now all of it's going to Nintendo. So basically, all of these big guys have an enormous decision to make. Their first decision is to keep doing Nintendo games, even though they're not making any money, and get a job in real life, which, oh, that's not fun for them. To like get a job in real life that really got the same amount of money as their Let's Plays, which I don't think is gonna happen, because it just, I don't think it can happen that easily unless they have like a degree or something and they're doing Let's Plays, or they have a job and doing Let's Plays, which would have been a better idea in the long run, because I think some people have done that. But darn, I just forgot what I was gonna say. But these guys, wow, my mind just drew to a complete blank. Okay. I just remembered. So these guys, all of their money is being stopped. Every single piece of their money is being stopped, and they have no money that's going on right now. So the main decision is to either drop Nintendo games and only do other games. And the problem with this decision, there's a problem with the 3 decisions I'm going to tell you. Well, not the third one, because that's the best of both worlds. Anyways, the first one, if they go to games other than Nintendo, people are going to think they're selling out. So if Chugga goes to games other than Nintendo, they're going to think he's selling out, and that won't be good. If he keeps on games as Nintendo, he's going to have to get a job, but at least people won't think he's selling out. Now the third option, which is what they should really do, is get the best of both worlds. Do a Let's Play of a Nintendo game and let Nintendo make money off of it, and then those people will be happy, and then do a Let's Play of a non-Nintendo game so you can get money off of that. So, like, Chugga can get money off of that. I think that's a much better idea, because you have the best of both worlds, so it doesn't really matter that Nintendo's making money off of your Let's Plays, of your Nintendo Let's Plays more specifically. You're actually able to manage to still get money with other games if you're able to keep up with 2 LPs at once. And I know Chugga is capable of that, since he is doing Super Mario 64 DS and Link's Awakening as of now. So we all know that he's able to do that, and that's basically the best of both worlds. And it's really sad, because I really feel bad for those poor guys and what they have to do. What I think Nintendo should do, if any Nintendo employee watches this video, or if you are connected with any Nintendo I was about to say Nintendo LP or Nintendo employee that watches this video, here's the best solution I think that Nintendo is able to do if they want to fix this. Nintendo should make their own Mishimina partnership, where basically, not Mishimina partnership, but own partnership in general. Like, you know, there's TGN, the Game Station, Mishimina, Yoush, all those partnerships, full screen, and all those partnerships. Nintendo should make one. So anyone that mainly does Nintendo games will be able to share the money with Nintendo. So, like, since they're partnered with Nintendo, they get some of the money, Nintendo gets some of the money, and YouTube, I think, gets some of the money, instead of you getting no money and your partner getting no money and only Nintendo gets the money. I think if Nintendo had a partnership, that would be a much better idea, because people would be able to actually broadcast the Nintendo LPs. And if you don't mainly do a Nintendo LPs, you could just go with the other sort of networks. So, like, if you're shooting a game with, like, if you're Call of Duty or Minecraft, just join something else, like join the Game Station or something else, because they're not really mainly Nintendo. So all the partnerships will not lose money, and everyone will be completely chill with Nintendo. Maybe not, because I have sort of lost my faith in Nintendo a little bit. I still love their games. Their game Super Mario Sunshine, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door still rests in my heart peacefully. But that rest is sort of being disrupted like a little volcano, because they decide to kind of... Okay, now that I think about it, I've kind of dragged on about this conversation, but just allow me to go on for like 1 more minute, because this is one last thing I want to say. Think about it, Chugga Conroy, he has worked many years doing Nintendo LPs, and then after a couple years, he's actually started making a living off of it. And Nintendo was completely chill with it. Actually, Nintendo invited the Runaway guys. I'm not kidding. They invited the Runaway guys to play with them, like come over to where like Nintendo was, or like they met at a neutral location, and to show where, and to like show everyone New Super Mario Bros. U and like sponsor it. They were completely aware that the Runaway guys were making money, and yet Nintendo, they still decide to go through with this. They didn't even make an exception with the Runaway guys at all. And these guys, Nintendo Corporation, Sun, Chugga Conroy, Proton John, Josh Jepson, everyone that does mainly Nintendo games, these guys worked so hard to make a living off Nintendo games, and they earned their money after a couple years. And Nintendo, the fact, I know it's in their right, I know it's in their legal right to be able to, like, I know it's in their legal right to do this, but it's the worst move that Nintendo has ever made, because these guys worked so hard for years on this, and then Nintendo just turns around and backstabs all of their people. Backstabs all of the Let's Players that do their games, give them free ads, all free sponsorships, making people get money, making them get money, and they just turns around and backstabs them for all the work they've done, and Nintendo has only got the visuals. You come there for the guy that speaks. Like, for right now, when you're watching this video, I don't want to indulge. Oh god, I know there's a likely chance that you don't really watch my LPs or anyone else's LPs for their game they're doing. That's not mainly the reason why you watch the LPs or this LP right now. Mainly, you come to my channel or someone else's channel, either the first impression is the game I'm doing. That's the first impression. But the reason why I stick around is mainly because of the person that you're listening to. So like if this Let's Play instead of Sonic Generations was like a different game, like let me just look at a different, like I don't know, like Sonic something else, or Animal Crossing even. It's the person that's like entertaining you that keeps you there. And Nintendo still has failed to realize that, and they're making everyone angry, and everyone's losing money right now actually. I've looked up some search results, and Let's Players aren't getting any money. Nintendo's getting less money than they were when Let's Players were actually doing games of theirs, and people are starting to boycott Nintendo, and everything is yippity-doo-dah, how wonderful. And it's just completely, it's all rainbows and lollipops, and everyone is happy. Not really, because I just don't like this at all, and I'm really sorry that I went almost this entire video going on about Nintendo and stuff. I won't do in the next video though, because Jesus, I should have made it like a complete separate video about it, because I just want to rant and rant and rant, because it just makes me angry. But there have been many rants about this, and the best one that I've seen so far is this over 30-minute one, and yes, I did watch it. From this guy called Tola Halibut. He sounds like, I don't know what his accent is. I'm not even going to bother because I think I'm going to fail it. But he gave very strong arguments. Like, if Nintendo gave me an opportunity, they're like, okay, you need to support us in an argument or a video of an argument of why we should stop and how our problem is wrong. Please link us one video or make a video of your own. I would instantly link Tola Halibut's video of the situation, because I think that if Nintendo saw that, his arguments are strong enough to the point he could be a lawyer if he wanted to. Now that I think about it, he really convinced lots of people in that video, and it's just really amazing how he's able to like do all this stuff and convince all these people that Nintendo, what they're doing is completely wrong, and everyone's on the Let's Player side, the people who are making money off of it. And yeah, so should I start commentating about Sonic? I'll start saying some Sonic stuff right now. Okay. Now, it seems that Nintendo and Sega, I think I just found this out, I found this out like yesterday or a couple days before yesterday. I'm not completely sure. My time's completely off. Well, basically Sega and Nintendo are doing this enormous collaboration. They're making 3 quote-unquote Sonic games. The first one is going to be Mario and Sonic at the 2014. I'm not sure what games it is, but... And then they're going to make a second one that I'm not sure what the name of it is. I think it's a Smash Brothers one where Sonic is involved. I'm not sure. But I mainly know that there's the Olympic Games for 2014. And the second one is a game that I'm really anticipating because I have some theories on this. It's called Sonic Lost World, where Nintendo and Sega are basically both making a Sonic game. And it basically, the picture of it shows Sonic on Tails' airplane, basically in the atmosphere, and there's a huge Earth-like continent in front of them that's broken apart. Like, if you ever played Sonic Unleashed, you know how the Earth is broken apart? It looks a lot like that, but less deadly. It looks more of like a happy place, and Sonic and Tails are basically going to that planet. And I have so many theories on this. I have like 3. Yes, that's so many. Where basically, now, the first thing you gotta think of is, why is Nintendo partnering up with Sega to make this game? There's really no point for them to partner up with Sega to make this game, because why not just let Sega, like, you know, do their own thing and make their own Sonic game? Here's my theories. Number 1 theory is, I forgot some of them. I think there might only be two. My first theory is the fact that Nintendo and Sega, what they're trying to do is they're basically putting Sonic in Mario's world. And hear me out for this for a second. Where basically, when you look at the world that Sonic and Tails are going to when they're flying to there, it looks a lot like Mario's world with the clouds and everything. There's pyramids everywhere, and there's ice stuff everywhere. It looks a lot like Mario's world. So I think the reason why Nintendo would be taking part in this is because they might be having Sonic go through Mario's world. That's why it's called like Lost World. Like no one has seen this world before. No one of the Sonic era has seen this world before. So that's probably why they're naming it Lost World, because Sonic and Tails have come across this new land, which is Mario's area, and it's basically a quote-unquote lost world. And then there's the one where I think is going to be a little bit more. I think this one's a bit of a stretch. I think the first one might be a little bit more accurate. But I think that Nintendo and Sega are finally going to create a game. It's an action-adventure game, by the way, if I didn't mention that. Where they're going to make, I think they're going to make a game where Mario and Sonic are able to be playable in the same game. Not the Olympic Games, I mean in an action-adventure platformer game. Are going to be playable. And what I think is going to happen is when, I think this might be a stretch, but I think that Mario and Sonic are going to be able to like interact in some way. Like you're going to be able to switch off from Mario and Sonic. Like in this game right here, how you're able to switch between classic and modern. I think that you're going to be able to switch with Sonic and Mario and be able to go through the world, because Sonic has stumbled upon the lost world. And if Sega's a part of it, and if Nintendo's a part of it, then it has to do with something with Mario or Legend of Zelda. So Sonic is going to be involved with one of the Nintendo franchises, because there will be no point for Nintendo to take part in this. That, or Nintendo's just trying to help out Sega, because God knows why. I don't know. So basically I hope that it's a Mario and Sonic collaboration thing. And yeah, so that's kind of fun. That's just glorious that they're gonna like do this nice collaboration. I had a third theory, but I completely forgot about what it was. I'm trying to remember. God darn it. Ugh. Why can't I remember? I think I might. If that game is being released on the Wii U and the 3DS, so I think I'm gonna be doing a Let's Play on that game, because that game's just gonna look amazing, because it just looks completely awesome and epic, and it just looks awesome. They haven't really said anything about it though. All they said was that it's in collaboration with Nintendo, Sega and Nintendo collaboration. That's the first thing they said. Second is they released a picture of maybe the cover or something. And third is that they said that it's an action and adventure game, and they will give more information prior to E3. So I'll give you one, if I hear any more about it, I'll be sure to give you information on it. I'll give you guys information on it, because I want to keep you guys updated on the awesome Sonic things that are happening so far. And this is starting to become like a news. This whole episode's a complete news. I gotta like, my next episode better have better commentary in it, unless you thought my argument for the Nintendo thing a little entertaining, because I really don't like what Nintendo is starting to do, because it's just kind of frustrating me how they're. I'm not even gonna bother getting into that again, because then I'm gonna be able to go on like a huge rant once more. Anyways, this is Crisis City, so just in case you haven't noticed that, because I haven't really been talking about Crisis City like at all. And if you're wondering if I'm going to be doing Nintendo games because of this monetization thing that Nintendo's doing by putting all these copyright stickers on there, now, like, because they're not going to, because if I ever do Nintendo games and if I ever decide to monetize, I won't be able to get money from Nintendo games. Here, oh wait, crap, where I can't. What I was gonna say, there's not enough time for me, because there's barely 30 seconds left in this recording, so I'm gonna have to say in the next one. Sorry about that. I think I forgot to get a gold bell here. I will say about what I was gonna say about next time. At least I have like more time to think about it and stuff. But anyways, there's a gold bell here, and I think I didn't talk about anything about Sonic, like barely. There was more Nintendo in this episode than there was Sonic. I don't even know what to name the episode anymore. Watch me name it something completely out of line that has nothing to do with what the main episode is about, because I'm like that. I'm not going to say anything about Nintendo, or like Nintendo copyright rage, or I don't know what I'm going to name it. Anyways, this has been ZoomZike, and I'll catch you guys later on the next episode of Sonic Generations.